The broad ribbon-like arms don't have stings, and no one knows just how they're used to catch prey.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 creepiest things caught on underwater cameras.
The story behind these stones still eludes me, but there's one more major clue that could crack the case.
For this list, we'll be looking at the eeriest and most unsettling visuals that have been recorded in oceans and lakes. Which of these creeps you out the most? Let us know in the comments below. Number 10. Mystery Creature. The ocean really gets the imagination going, and it is home to some terrifying creatures. This footage, captured back in 2017 by an exploratory vehicle, shows the remains of a long-dead creature 2,700 feet down on the bottom of the Mediterranean Sea. The skeleton mostly consists of what looks like a giant spine. It's alleged online that the spine was 98 feet long, although we can't vouch for that. The identity of the creature is unknown, with some suggesting it's a hammerhead shark, a whale, or an ancient, long-extinct creature. Whatever it is, it creeps us out. Number 9. Barrel Eye. It's amazing what types of creatures we find underwater. A prime example is the barrel eye, or spookfish, easily one of the weirdest fish out there. Its head is completely transparent, allowing you to see its tubular eyeballs. The idea of a see-through fish head seems like the stuff of science fiction, not of our own Earth. Yet here it is.
Typically, Macropinus sits quietly in the water, using its big fins for stability, while it scans the water above for food.
The transparent head helps with the barrel eye's vision and allows it to see prey in the dark depths of the Atlantic, Pacific, and Indian Oceans in which it dwells. Fascinating? Yes. The stuff of nightmares? You bet.
The fish discovered alive by the Monterey Bay Aquarium Research Institute is the first specimen of its kind to be found with its soft, transparent dome intact.
Number 8. Underwater crop circles. Turns out the aliens aren't just drawing in our cornfields, they're hitting the bottom of our oceans as well. First discovered off the coast of Japan in the mid-90s, these underwater crop circles consist of very elaborate designs.
They're like crop circles, I guess. They're patterns in the sand, and we knew exactly what they were as soon as we sighted them.
It's a very creepy sight, conjuring images of lost underwater civilizations or some type of intelligent monster. But it's not aliens, it's not a lost civilization, and it's not a monster. These circles are actually made by male pufferfish who are hoping to attract a lady pufferfish. Yes, they're still creepy, but there's a certain humor in discovering that these crop circles are actually just part of a fish mating ritual. Number 7. Sea spiders. Spiders are scary enough, never mind underwater spiders. The last thing we want while scuba diving is having a creepy crawly scuttling across our masks. Sea spiders are horrifying little buggers found in various oceans around the world. While most are quite small, some deep water species have legs that measure over 2 feet long.
Most places in the world, they're almost invisible. They're very cryptic, they're hidden away, and you have to work really hard to find them.
And you thought tarantulas were nasty. Watching these spiders in action elicits a certain visceral reaction, especially the ones with long, spindly legs. We just can't help but shudder in response.
Their 8 long legs help carry vital organs, like their digestive tract.
Number 6. Train graveyard. It's inherently creepy finding above-ground items buried deep underwater. It elicits a fear response, as we know that it's not supposed to be there.
The cab where the engineer would stand was made of wood and most likely consumed long ago by marine-boring organisms such as the teredo worm.
Case in point, the underwater train graveyard of New Jersey. Found under 90 feet of water off the shore of Long Branch are 2 trains dating back to the 1850s. To make matters even creepier, there is no historical record of these trains having existed. Explorers believe that the trains were being transported across the Atlantic when they were lost in a nasty storm. They remained lost for well over 100 years before they were discovered in 1985.
The smokestacks on both are gone. Made of thin sheet metal, they most likely rusted away or were ripped off by fishermen's nets.
Number 5. Underwater Stonehenge. Back in the mid-2000s, archaeologists made a startling discovery in Lake Michigan's Grand Traverse Bay.
But the origin of these stones in Lake Michigan is less obvious.
While searching for shipwrecks, the experts found some type of underwater stone structure that is likely of human origin. While the structure has been compared to Stonehenge, it's not a circular formation like the iconic European landmark. Rather, it's a long line of boulders, which Dr. John O'Shea of the University of Michigan believes was used for herding caribou in prehistoric times.
We were fortunate to find some hunting structures which are stone alignments that would have channeled caribou to kill areas.
One rock is of particular interest to archaeologists as it contains what might be a carving of a mastodon. Whatever it is, it's a little unsettling to see a mile-long line of rocks under the water.
Under Lake Michigan, there's a long line of rocks leading directly to our hexagon.
Number 4. Massive jellyfish. Sea monsters may not exist as they do in film and literature, but this will do just as well. This footage was taken by a remotely operated video camera at a deep-sea oil rig off the coast of Britain and depicts what can only be described as an enormous blob of flesh. Suffice to say, this is the stuff of nightmares. Heck, even fictional sea monsters aren't as scary as this. After the footage made its rounds through the internet and creeped a lot of people out, it was identified as a massive jellyfish called Dipstaria reticulum. We don't care what it's called, we don't want any part of it.
Few people have ever seen this spectacular creature alive, so we know very little about it.
Number 3. A human skeleton. Finding a human skeleton at the bottom of the ocean has to be up there in terms of nightmarish scenarios. Discovered back in 1900, the Antikythera shipwreck provided some astounding archaeological material, including the famous Antikythera mechanism, which is considered the world's oldest analog computer. Researchers were at the site in 2016 when they found a human skeleton.
The bodies of shipwreck victims are usually swept away by ocean currents or eaten by fish, so this is an exciting find for archaeologists.
Various body parts are easily distinguished among the bones, including the man's jaw, legs, and ribs. Experts believe that he went down with the ship, and they hope that DNA testing on the bones will shed further light on the historic shipwreck.
This will push the boundaries of ancient DNA analysis. If it works, we could learn about his hair and eye colour, diseases he might have inherited, and perhaps where he came from.
Number 2. The big fin squid. When it comes to scary sea monsters, absolutely nothing beats the big fin squid. In 2007, the Shell Oil Company captured an amazing bit of footage in the Gulf of Mexico. Shot by a remotely operated underwater vehicle, the footage depicts a stationary creature with long, thin tentacles dangling from its body. It looks like some type of Lovecraftian monster, and the horrifying video quickly went viral. It's easy to see why. The dark setting, the long tentacles, and the creepy way the animal just sits there all combines to create an unforgettable image. This creature is the rarely seen big fin squid, whose tentacles can measure up to 26 feet long. That's a big no thanks from us. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into settings and switch on your notifications. Number 1. Garbage. Perhaps the scariest thing we've found out on the open ocean are patches of garbage floating on the surface like a film of oil, or sinking to the bottom to remain there for thousands of years.
The ocean cleanup showed off their latest catch of over 9,000 kilograms of plastic waste, collected in a single haul, dumping it out in dramatic fashion for all the world to see.
Countless videos and photographs have captured the garbage that litters the world's waterways, seemingly from some dystopian future. Actually, our present.
8 million metric tons of plastic trash enters the sea from land every year.
It's believed that by 2050, there could be more plastic than fish in the sea by weight. Of course, there's also a lot of microplastics that are invisible to the eye. The Great Pacific Garbage Patch alone covers an estimated 620,000 square miles and consists of 50 to 142 tons of plastic. That's pretty terrifying when you think about it.
Debris which is floating on the ocean surface becomes colonized with barnacles, mussels, all sorts of different organisms. And then it becomes heavier and heavier, and at a certain point it then starts to sink.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.